Hey everybody, I'm Dr. Nura and this is Dr. Nura Reacts. Today we're going to be taking a look at a clip from the movie The Breakup starring Jennifer Aniston and Vince Vaughn. And the scene that we're going to be taking a look at is actually the scene where they break up. So this scene, I wanted us to talk about this scene because it's so relatable to most people who have been through any kind of heartbreak and major breakup. The experiences of each of the characters, both Jennifer Aniston and Vince Vaughn, are extremely relatable. So we're gonna watch this clip and break it down.
It's just, how many times do I have to drop hints about the ballet?
You know I can't Brooke, come here. We talked about the damn ballet. I hate the goddamn ballet. You got a bunch of dudes in tights flopping around for 3 hours. It's like a medieval techno show. It's a nightmare. I sit there in a sweat. The whole thing. I do. Wondering when the hell's the goddamn nightmare gonna end? Go to a damn ballet.
It's not about you loving the ballet, Gary. It's about the person that you love loves the ballet, and you wanting to spend time with that person.
Not when they're at the ballet?
Okay, forget the ballet. Forget the ballet.
So this isn't about the ballet. But what's happening here is Jennifer Aniston is wanting him to connect with her. She's wanting him to spend time with her. She's wanting him to pay attention to the things that matter to her. And as she's explaining and giving different examples, he's coming up with all these reasons as to why that specific example isn't valid. This is defensiveness. In an argument, when somebody is bringing up a point and the other person is busy coming up with their counterpoints and their counter arguments, that is defensiveness. And the reason why defensiveness is so toxic, it's actually considered one of the 5 key factors in the demise of a relationship. One of the reasons why defensiveness is so toxic is because one person, in their attempt to show that they're not the bad guy and to show that their heart was in the right place or that they didn't mean to hurt the other person, they get so caught up in offering reasoning and counter arguments to what this person is saying, to what their partner is saying, that they ultimately miss the spirit of what their partner is trying to communicate. Jennifer Aniston doesn't necessarily care about the ballet. She doesn't necessarily care about flowers. She's looking for him to value her. She's looking for him to see her, for him to want to spend time with her. So that's why she's hurting. That's what's got her so upset.
We don't go anywhere together.
We just went to Ann Arbor together.
To Ann Arbor. To the Michigan Notre Dame game. You think screaming drunk kids and leprechauns doing backflips, that's fun. That's fun for me. Come on, man. I did that for you. How do you show up for me?
I'm up on the bus every goddamn day for you.
Come on.
I'm busting my ass to be the best tour guide in the damn city so I can make enough money to support both of us, and hopefully you won't have to work one day.
I want to work.
Now they've devolved into what's known as competitive conflict. She's saying, here's all the ways that I've shown up for you. Here's what I do to sacrifice for you. What do you do for me? And now he's upped it up a notch. His anger has gone up a couple notches. And he's now defending all of the things that he has done and trying to prove that he cares about her too. So now they're in this place of competing about who actually cares and who cares more.
All I ask, Brooke, is that you show a little bit of appreciation, that I just get 20 minutes to relax when I come home instead of being attacked with questions and nag the whole damn thing.
You think that I nag you?
That's all you do! All you do is nag me. The bathroom's a mess. Your belt doesn't match. Hey, Gary, you should probably go work out. Nothing I ever do is ever good enough. I just want to be left the hell alone.
Now Vince Vaughn's character is experiencing what John Gottman refers to as flooding. This is also often referred to as the amygdala hijack. And what this is when your anger reaches a point where there's a chemical flood in your system of adrenaline, cortisol, all the fight or flight hormones just flood your body, and you essentially lose the ability to think clearly. Your brain actually loses the capacity for rational thought. This is why so many arguments become huge blowups and they end up causing permanent damage, is because we continue to argue when we're in a space of having flooded. And so when you experience flooding, you basically get to a point where reason is out the window and you're just screaming. I often refer to this as
hulking out.
For those of you guys who are familiar with the Hulk and the process of Bruce Banner turning into the Hulk, Bruce Banner's character reaches a point of such anger that he turns into this monster who just smashes. No rational speaking or thinking affects him anymore. He just smashes anything that gets in his way, and he goes into a space of being completely destructive. And he essentially has to sleep it off before he goes back to normal. That's ultimately what is really happening in situations like this. When you flood, you're just wanting to smash everything that comes in your way. And a lot of times you have to sleep it off before your brain resets and goes into a space where it's actually able to be constructive. So now Vince Vaughn is flooded, and now he's saying things that he's gonna regret. He's screaming that he wants to be left alone, and he's calling her a nag. So now he's name calling. She's reaching her breaking point. She's realizing, or she's hearing how he's talking and how he's talking to her, and she's now starting to max out. And meanwhile, he's flooded and no longer in a space of being constructive.
Really? Is that what you want, Gary? Is that what you want?
Yeah.
That's what you want?
Yeah.
Fine, great, do whatever the hell you want. You leave your socks all over this house, dress like a pig, play your stupid ass video game. I don't care, I'm done.
What?
I am done! I don't deserve this. I really do not deserve this. I deserve somebody who gives a shit. I'm not spending one more second of this life with some inconsiderate prick. You're a prick!
So at the end of this clip, you can see the look of surprise on his face. And you can see that he's now facing the consequences of what he just said when he was flooded. What would have been a more ideal situation, even though this whole conversation was heartbreaking, what would have been better would have been for them to call a timeout when things started to get really, really heated. If they had called a timeout and said, I'm not in a space to be having this conversation, let's talk about it in an hour or in the morning, chances are that it probably would have ended up a little bit differently. But when we continue to push, when we're in a space of being flooded, the result is often pretty catastrophic, like it is in this clip. So there you have it. That's my reaction to this clip from the breakup.